Next question is going to go to Becky and is, what are your thoughts on supply-based stability? With a global supply chain, what can be done to minimize disruption to the U.S. manufacturers?
Well, I think some of the things that we've gone through with this pandemic really bring forward the instability that we have in the supply chain on a global basis. When you take a look at how we've placed suppliers, where they're located, how the material shipped to the customer, you got to take a look at, is there redundancy? Do you have an alternative path if the path is interrupted? You really have to do a risk assessment. Should I maybe have two suppliers instead of one supplier and have them in diverse geopolitical areas? Because it's not only a pandemic that can affect you. You can have weather, you can have political upheaval. There's a lot of things that disrupt that supply chain. So I think a lot of what's coming out of this is, number one, we need to do a little bit less offshoring and a little bit more onshoring, and making sure that at least a good portion of our supply base is located within our own boundaries. And then we got to start taking a look in advance. Maybe there was a decision to cut off some volume because we thought the pandemic was going to reduce the market on some commodities. And in the housing industry, for example, we found out that the housing industry soared. And so there's a lot of shortages in lumber and other commodities that go into building a home right now because people took the time to build a home at this point in time, or to move. So we've got to be very careful what we do with the forecasts that we're handed, and we got to make sure that we have the capability of having redundancy in our supply base.